God versus climate change. God, in the Old Testament in Genesis, and then later in the New Testament with Jesus, was a book with words and letters and stories and descriptions. But climate change, and someone who has the most intelligence, are in so many words a recipe for genocide and ethnic cleansing, a Holocaust for anyone who's not Muslim, a gangster thug mafia cartel supporting anarchist. In other words, those who fail to meet criteria on an observation of behavior. Now, and what a building owner did in this location of Seattle now on Capitol Hill was get the most awesome Amazon technology. However, also the loudest and most difficult for those with disability. They put solar panels on the roof of this house hotel they rent rooms and call an apartment building, with a brick on one of them now smashed to pieces. My lights dim off and on occasionally once in a while. My light in my kitchen no longer works. Mysteriously, only at a low energy, electricity, power level now. My room heat will cause amounts of time with cold, chilled air, and then hot and sweaty conditions when I don't hear, and occasionally when I don't hear a hit on my wall. The mechanical engineer, high IQ, masculine feminists call a problem in the wall. They stare at them and the police department and say they'll send some emails. And then I bought a lava lamp. And now I stare at my 3 mountains, my 3 triangles. And make a video about what I've made for y'all who need assistance when I'm dead and gone and thrown in the trash and cremated instead of buried. I solve my problems in a loud environment with a fan always on when the light turns on, and a fan always on when the light goes off. So there's clothes drying in a laundry facility downstairs and a coronavirus pandemic getting worse. They say in the future increasing in intensity and occurrences. And so I began to figure out how I can do laundry and not mix what I have with others in a facility run by a stranger who I've never seen, and a landlord says are up to them about what they have for equipment. My clothes are ruined often in the dryers they have downstairs. Drug addicts call me a devil, an evil person, where the clothes wash and the coins go in the holder. The washers are disgusting, nasty, never cleaned, barely. And there's always a woman who stares forever and ever and ever and ever, and a man who smokes a lot and a lot and a lot on their patrol. And so Dr. Heater, available from Jeff Bezos and his work now on Amazon, heats up my home brilliantly, fantastically, and also helps dry my clothes in my bathroom. Now, at high temperature for short amounts of time, not all day, not all night, not all afternoon, and not all morning, but off and on just to get some heat and to get the water evaporated, and the fan circulating air every 10 minutes removes the humidity. Plus, there's a sauna when a toilet seat goes down and cleans from hands to close a door and make a sauna at home now. The electricity consumed versus in comparison to a washer and dryer are slightly different, though not always a differential equation. The heat provides some warmth to speed up the drying to prevent mold and bacteria and nasty stuff that happens when there's too much cold, too much mixture, too much humidity, too much of part of a process involving stuff they found at the Seattle Children's Hospital surgical room. Not always fatal, as those patients, unfortunately, who died but for a while and then off. And from what I've learned, the next morning to finish the drying for about the same time as a dryer, about 2 hours total. usage of Dr. Heater. Will clean clothes with no coins needed, and no jujitsu, verbal judo required. When their awareness, those who observe, look for attention to make a stimulation as a reward for an experiment involving mathematical logic now and an emotion, behavior, color, mood, called white, race, skin color, Caucasian, white, 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 pink, and red. Now,